this guy. We put him under investigation, right? But it's not really working out that way. There's good news, bad news. Let's go with the bad news first, okay? We have to start this story with a Trump post. The good news is it's one of the shortest ones we've ever covered. So we'll show you what he posted, keeping it short, sweet, well, at least short and simple, okay? Simple 10 or simple? With the exception of the rigged presidential election of 2020, the auto pen is the biggest political scandal in American history. There's some others that definitely come before this on the list, but he's the president and this is his account. And now to be fair to him, Donald Trump, he did post that at 2:30 in the morning, sleep deprived, I'm guessing. Some people don't need much sleep. Maybe that's why he did not notice that the caps lock was still on. I think he likes that. That is shouting, okay? All seriousness, this is one we know isn't just a Trump bedtime thought, though. He's acting on this. He has talked about this and now he's doing something about this dreadful auto pen. Department of Justice is reviewing pardons doled out under former President Biden, citing concerns about whether Biden himself was making decisions about clemency power. Senior administration official confirming that to The Hill. Official telling The Hill that pardon attorney Ed Martin, he's credible, right? Ed Martin will lead an independent review to determine if unelected staffers took advantage of Biden when it came to pardons and commutations. Well, it's not, well, it will be an independent review. He will independently, he's already come to the conclusion, I can tell you, that these staffers took advantage of Biden in whatever state he was in. That's who Ed Martin is. But he's got a full job ahead of him once again. Remember the name, of course, Martin, originally Trump's choice to serve as the top prosecutor in the District of Columbia. Nomination was dropped in the face of Republican opposition in the Senate over his ties to the January 6, 2021 attack on the Capitol. I'll pause here and I'll just ask you, it's a quickie, Viviana. Are you confident that he is going to be fair, Ed Martin, and unbiased?
I don't think so. I think that's gonna be a shot in the dark there.
Yeah, I don't know if he's even capable.
So sorry, I agree. I think you're absolutely right. At this point, there might be more Republican congressmen convicted of felonies than like the mafia and Mexican drug cartels. Like I think we're neck and neck at this point. It's the hypocrisy, right?
Yeah.
Trump has all executive power. He can say what the law is. But Biden had no power. He was, a puppet. And that's playing on, even today, that sort of narrative. So, will it be fair? I think we all know it won't. Even Trump knows it won't. No. That's why he has to send this 2:30 a.m. tweet.
That's right. But Ed Martin's going to do what the president wants him to do, and we already know what the president wants him to do. Biden issuing this statement through his team. Biden spokesperson told The Hill that the former president and his team thoughtfully reviewed requests for pardons and commutations and pointed to Biden issuing more than 2,500 individual acts of clemency. The statement from the White House spokesperson, Harrison Fields, is this: the American people deserve to know the extent to which unelected staffers and an auto pen acted as a proxy president due to the incompetence and infirmity of the previous president. President Trump was elected to restore the integrity and transparency of the office, and answering the question of who was actually running this country for 4 years is well within the president's rights. I wish he would tackle some other things. He said he was going to end that war. Russia invading Ukraine day one, said he could solve the thing going on. The carnage in Gaza, that's not happening. The economy, eggs, the prices, they're still high, too high. So it'd be great if he'd work on that, but I guess he wants to look backwards and see what Biden was doing with a pen. Trump's returning the integrity to pardons. Here's some of the headlines. Trump finds more convicted congressional Republicans to reward with pardons. I mean, if we keep this up, just open the floodgates, okay? And every white collar criminal can come on out. Trump commutes sentence of major political donor in latest round of clemency. So it goes on and on. This is behavior, though, Viviana, we expect of Donald Trump. He's made it clear. He said he was going to pardon the J6ers and that, well, I guess their choir wasn't that bad, but it's just not my kind of music. And he did it. And I look for him to do other things. I mean, you had a Fox reporter asking him in the White House the other day about would he pardon Diddy? And he didn't rule it out. And when he answered the question, his biggest gripe was that Diddy and he used to be tight. They used to be friends, and Diddy liked him a lot. And then Diddy said some nasty things about him once he entered politics. So it wasn't even about, oh yeah, the RICO and the sex trafficking. He didn't have none of that. He said, you never know. He'll paraphrase it, he'll consider it. What say you about this auto pen Trump, Ed Martin looking into it?
I think it's interesting what things Trump follows through with and what he doesn't. In regards to the January 6th terrorists, it wasn't, it's the criminal ones. It's not the ones that were, just wandering around taking pictures. It was the ones doing damage, beating up police officers. So it's very concerning that he would really make an effort to follow through with that promise and not other promises, because the implication is that if they were to do something like that again, they would also have impunity. So that's the fear.